Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the sheer numbers of choices when selecting materials for your interior design projects? Why does material selection seem so intimidating? Could mastering this skill elevate your design to a professional level? Today we'll dive into the art of material selection specifically for bathrooms, from timeless classics to modern combinations. I'll guide you through strategies that simplify decision-making and help you achieve a space that's both practical and breathtaking. Here is where high-end design meets reality. When talking about choosing materials in interior design, it all comes down to two things: your taste and a little boldness. If you have never selected materials without guidance, let's keep it simple. Stick to two materials and colors at first to improve your chances of getting it right. Next time, if you nailed it, try adding a third one. Keep leveling up until you are the boss of material selection.
Proper fixture placing in bathroom renovation.
But first we have to talk about a topic that kept hanging in the last video. Where do we place all the items? Toilet. As we have discussed before, when renovating a bathroom, you should try to avoid moving the waste pipe for the toilet. Ideally, you shouldn't move the toilet more than 1 meter away from this pipe. Then avoid obstacles or sharp corners. A key tip: the elements that people usually choose and place incorrectly when they don't hire a professional designer are, in this order, doors, sinks, and storage furniture. So pay close attention to this. Since we want to do it like a professional designer, we will always aim to create what I call a circulation river. I call it a river because you should imagine people flowing through the space like liquid. Of course, if you place a piece of furniture somewhere, people will still be able to pass. But it might make accessing the shower more difficult than if you had chosen furniture with better dimensions. The goal when placing any furniture in your home is to ensure people don't have to take detours or make awkward movements to access other spaces like the shower or toilet in this case.
Toilet, showers and bathtubs.
Typically the shower is the farthest element from the door because it takes up the most space and is used less frequently compared to the toilet or sink. Remember the circulation river we talked about? These pathways should be wider and more comfortable for the items with higher frequency of use. This means that if you have the option, it is ideal to place the shower farther from the door than the sink. By following these small rules, you'll be able to create several layouts, but you will probably notice that the floor plan itself will naturally reveal the best design options simply based on usability. If you notice very narrow spaces between furniture, it is better to discard that option. Similarly, avoid placing any item in the middle that disrupts the entire space. Lastly, to make installation easier and more efficient, it's best to keep all pipes and plumbing fixtures on the same wall, or almost on two walls.
Material combinations that always work.
Here a classic combo. Marble paired with colorful ceramics and chrome fixtures adds a timeless, refined look. Stone or stone-like surfaces with either white or black ceramic and dark fixtures create a sophisticated aesthetic. Pro tip: use these combinations as your base and play around with store catalogs for inspiration. There are so many possibilities. Just remember, unless you're aiming for a Nordic spa vibe, try to avoid wood in bathrooms. And yes, that includes wood-look ceramics. And you could ask me, why not wood? Wood doesn't age well in humid environments. Our ancestors knew this without any formal studies, but in our modern urban lives, we have forgotten these basics. I'm here to remind you that wood isn't durable with moisture. It can harbor bacteria and mold, and it has a reputation for poor taste in humid rooms like kitchens and bathrooms. By the way, if you don't want to miss out, subscribe to my email list on highblueprints.com. Honestly, the world of design, construction, and real estate is huge, so I'd love to hear from you. Think of it as having an architect advisor at your disposal, ready to publish a video to address your questions, concerns, or challenges. What are you most curious about? Design tips for your home, real estate market trends, or fun engineering and construction facts? If you have got questions or ideas for videos like this, just drop them by subscribing at highblueprints.com or in the comments below. I'd love to hear your suggestions and make content that helps you.
Color combinations.
Keep it simple and elegant. Remember these three concepts: light, dark, and one accent color. This combo is easy and works for kitchens too. I often use dark horizontal surfaces and light vertical ones. It's simple yet classy. try it out, but if you want to experiment, remember, it's on you. Another combo, cream tones with a pure color. Cream tones paired with a bold brown, green or blue are easy and forgiving. Creams are safe and hard to mess up, but they can feel a little bland. And a personal design pet peeve. Gold finishes in bathrooms. It's true what they say, not all that glitters is gold. Over time, gold lacquers wear out, chipping away to look of faded decadence. I see this especially often in Italy and Portugal, so use these items with moderation. Buy and get it done! Ideally, you should pick 2 stores per category of items on your shopping list. This gives you a variety of options and make it easier to find pieces that match your budget. Thanks to our accurate floor plan, you can now calculate materials. Tiles. Measure the perimeter of the bathroom walls, multiply by height, then multiply again by 1.15 to account for extra tiles needed for cuts and waste. After choosing your materials, it's time to find a professional team to execute your design. This might sound simple, but remember, these professionals should pay close attention to detail. Ask for their portfolio and select someone with a proven track record. Because in the previous video, click here if you missed it, we recorded exact measurements on our plan, we can now go directly to the stores to order exactly what we need.
Quality checks.
Keep an eye on the execution to make sure materials are being applied correctly. Some pieces are elongated and Murphy's Law loves to kick in just when you need things to go right. Even if you specify how you want materials installed, there's a risk that they'll get it backwards. So here are some points to check to ensure everything looks flawless. Choosing the right professionals. Plumber. The plumber should ask you about the location of the trap drain. I haven't explained here exactly where it should go because I believe it's something the plumber can decide without much trouble. Just remind them that it's best not to place it in the most visible part of the space, for example in the center of the room, or in a spot that's too hidden and inaccessible, as it needs to be easy to access in case of a problem. There you have finishing specialist. When working with ceramics, don't forget to specify the color and tone of the grout between the tiles. Other professionals, depending on the type of renovation you're doing, you might also need a carpenter, a lighting specialist electrician, or a shower screen installer. So make a list of these people and the items you'll need to stay on top of things. Additionally, you should specify the alignments of the ceramic pieces before they start working, especially if the tiles are not square, or if the bathroom doesn't have parallel angles. Material arrival. If you are not there to receive it, have some check that the quantities and quality of the construction materials match your order. Ask how they work. Asking professional how they usually do things has helped me immensely in my career. Construction workers and artisans know their craft inside and out, and they are often happy to share their techniques. They know you're not their competitor, you're their client. Enjoy a masterclass on their specialty while observing their methods. On the other hand, if they don't have much to share, it's best to keep a close eye on their work. Critical points. Pay close attention to the toilet drain line. It should connect directly to the main drain without obstructions. Also check how they're waterproofing the shower or tap, as poor waterproofing can mean big problems 5 years down the road if done poorly, or 30 years if done well.
Order of operations.
Stick to this order for bathrooms to avoid damaging finished surfaces. 1. Plumbing and electrical installations. 2. Floor and ceilings finishes. 3. Wall finishes. 4. Sanitary fixtures, toilet, shower plate, etc. 5. Faucets, doors and cabinets. 6. Decor. Now final checks. Inspect everything carefully before making the final payment. Common things to watch for include scratches on fixtures, damaged doors, cracks or breaks in sanitary pieces, and paint or construction material residue on floors, walls or fixtures. If there's an issue like the ones mentioned, you will need to have a talk with the supervisor and let them know they need to replace the defective pieces. And they should cover at least the labor costs. These types of defects generally have 2 sources. The damage was caused by the workers during the project, so it's their responsibility to replace it, including the cost of the materials if new ones are needed. Or 2, the material arrived in this condition, but it should never have been installed if it was problematic. They should have informed you before using it. In this case, we or the shop that sold us the material cover the cost of the material if it needs to be replaced, and they cover the labor cost. Once you have done your quality check, you will have a bathroom that's even better than the ones in the magazines designed by you and for you. This is part 2 of our series on designing your bathroom renovation. Click here to watch the video if you haven't seen it. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more expert tips on transforming your home. Thanks for watching, see the big picture and keep thinking forward.